Our leader, Theresa May, she announced ages ago that she was going to start cracking down on extremism. Ever since she was Home Secretary, Theresa May has been obsessed with obstructing privacy in the name of defeating extremism. She doesn't want to deal with the root cause of extremism. She doesn't even want to name the form it takes. But she does want to start cracking down on what you look at on the internet. She introduced the Snoopers Charter, the Draft Communications Data Bill. It basically requires internet providers to keep records of your internet browsing history. So your service providers know exactly what you're doing online, and the government can at any time tap into whatever they want. Just be glad it's the government, not your missus, eh lads? But Theresa May really wants to push this. She wants to go one step further and start imprisoning people who watch the wrong thing online. The headlines sold this as a new way of stopping terrorism in the UK. They told us that watching terrorist propaganda online will become a criminal offence. It could land you up to 15 years in prison. Home Secretary just look at Amber Rudd here. She said she wants to make sure those who view despicable terrorist content online, including jihadi websites, far-right propaganda and bomb-making instructions, face the full force of the law. Now, the motives become quite clear now, don't they? She's using the very real threat of jihadi terrorism as a way of cracking down on anyone else who dare question the government's chaotic immigration programme or their constant kowtowing to Islam. A study from the Home Office showed that since the 1st of September 2016, ISIS supporters have published almost 67,000 tweets in English that promote terrorist propaganda. The study also showed that in the first 8 months of 2017, there were more than 44,000 links to ISIS propaganda being shared online. This is a massive, massive problem, no doubt. Inspire magazine, which is Al Qaeda's official magazine, teaches jihadis how to derail trains or mow people down in their trucks. That's downloaded 55,000 times in just 3 months in our country. There were no arrests because of how many people were accessing these files. It's a criminal offence to download that magazine. It's a terrorist magazine. These are the exact people who should be prosecuted. But they've done nothing to them. Nothing so far. So what's changed for Amber Rudd? How do you think they can suddenly start arresting tens of thousands of people in the UK? If not actually hundreds of thousands of people. They've already shown they aren't interested in rounding up people on the terror watch list. They keep committing terror attacks in the UK while on this watch list. And there are 23,000 of them on the streets right now. Does she think threatening 15 years in prison is going to put off people who are literally willing to die for their cause? It isn't really about solving terrorism. The politicians and toss run this country don't really care about solving terrorism. They think they can solve it through foreign policy or endless cabinet meetings. They're more interested in shutting up people like me, people like you, the people who are talking about these jihadi attacks. This is a blatant excuse to start locking people up for thinking the wrong things. Amber Rudd said it herself. She talked about the threat of jihad and just sneaked in the word far right. I bet they're actually wetting themselves with excitement at the fact that they can use Islamic terror attacks as a way of shutting up, all us horrible racists who have always been such a thorn in their sides. And we know they're using it as an excuse because the government has just announced another plan to shut us down. A £200,000 hub, which like London's hate crime hub, is designed to tackle internet trolls. The Home Office will be spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on a new team dedicated to police officers. This is a whole team of dedicated police officers who are to assess reports of so-called abuse made online. Use their new True Vision hate crime reporting platform. It's typical of the government, isn't it? Wasting our money on bullshit and then coming up with an equally bullshit name for it. What the hell is True Vision meant to be? This same system was previously used by pro-EU campaigners when they claimed that Brexit causes a huge wave of hate crime. So you can bet that the system will be used to make similarly ridiculous claims that there were a huge wave of anti-Islam or far-right attacks going on. After Brexit, we saw this massive increase. That's what we got told about, a huge increase. And it all turned out to be nonsense. What exactly is far-right? What does the government think far-right is? Who gets to decide? The government? The real far-right in Britain, they call me a lefty. I don't care about race. I'm just concerned about a religion that hates us and teaches its followers to hate us. That's far-right according to Amber Rudd, isn't it? So what, is she going to lock me up? She's going to lock every one of you up? Everyone who makes videos like this, are we all going to get locked up? If anything counts as far-right propaganda in the minds of these lunatics, it's everything we do here at The Rebel. You know the film Minority Report? This is exactly like that. Visiting the so-called far-right websites is like a pre-crime. And the oracles in the government are swooping in. They're arresting people before we do something horrible like arm yourselves with knowledge. Maybe Minority Report is Theresa May's ultimate fantasy. total control over the people. Surely dresses like some dystopian, genderless humanoid. And even if these laws were being brought in with the honest intention of stopping Islamic terror, how does the government think they can suddenly handle tens of thousands of people who are all watching and sharing this material online? They're sticking a plaster over a festering wound. We have to tackle the problem at its source. I think the best way to fight back against this is to create even more far-right propaganda. Let them try and stop us. I'm in the process of setting up the Tommy Robinson show. I'm going to be doing my usual morning roundups, but I'm also going to be on the road. I'm going to be travelling to events you can't make it to, interviewing people you want to hear from, and sticking the finger up to the fascists in government who want us all to shut up. So please help me set it up. We're going to be the only media fight back in Britain, standing up for every one of you at home and overwhelming the government with so much hate speech, they don't know what to do with it. We're in the process of setting up the Tommy Robinson show, and we can't do it without you. If you want to lend us your support, show us some support, go to TonyRobinson.com. Thank you.